So 3 reasons why the old, outdated 9 to 5 and 40-hour work week system doesn't make sense anymore and is soon going to collapse, right? So without any further ado, let's dive right into it, because you might be in that situation actually right now where you all obviously also had like dreams, aspirations, you want to make money, and somehow you ended up in a 9 to 5 because that seemed like the best option. And I almost ended up there as well, but somehow I got lucky, somehow I got out there, and somehow I found, for me at least, way better path where I work way less than I would in a 9 to 5 and make way more. But let's, before we talk about any of that stuff, let's just for now analyze the situation of 9 to 5s, right? So reason number one why I think that this system will not longer work is time. Time is the most valuable resource that you have. And the concept of a 9 to 5 is that you spend a lot of that resource, a lot of time, like we're talking 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours, some 80 hours per week. So a lot of time, really like almost all your time, you're spending that, trading that to get something in return, which is money. But actually, most of you, or most people out there, get actually very little money in return for their time, even though they spent the most valuable resource that they have, time on planet Earth. They get very little money, something they print by pushing a button, in return. So this is pretty crazy. And the thing is, you could say, yeah, some people love their jobs and they love what they do, right? And I have nothing against that, and I think that is great. If you love what you do day by day and you love these 8 hours that you spend at your work, then perfect. Go, like, go you. It's perfect, right? But I know from personal experience that 95% of people don't really love what they do, right? They could really do something better and do something that they enjoy more. And that is the thing, right? Time is the most valuable resource you have. Do you really want to spend the majority of your time on something that you don't love? Does that really make sense? I don't know. Like, it's because there are so many other options out there. We'll get on that, or we'll touch on that in a second. But like, that's a huge thing. Like, there are options today where you can make way more money with way less time input than in a classic 9 to 5. So will people really continue to really trade so much of their valuable time? We'll see. The second reason is AI. Okay, so AI, we all talk about that. We all are hopefully aware of how magnificent the impact of AI on our world, and especially our business world, is, right? So many jobs that people studied for 5 years just got obsolete through AI. And if they haven't yet, they will over the next 1 to 2 years, or 1 to 5 years, if you will. But that is just the reality. So I use AI a lot in my business, and it's crazy. Like, it's really crazy. And yes, I fired people that worked for me and now get the same thing done for free with AI. That I used to pay people thousands of dollars a month for, right? So it is crazy. And that is just a fact that we have to be aware of. And I almost myself became a lawyer. I studied law and I wanted to become a lawyer, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But like, let's take that example, right? If it comes to law, I just go to ChatGPT, or I mean, if you're more professional, I'm pretty sure there are some law AIs by now that can make a very good job, are way cheaper than a lawyer, and probably way more accurate. And I get things right away, right now. And if I want to draft up a contract for specific things, I just tell ChatGPT the details for the contract. I can even talk to it instantly on the phone to ChatGPT, and it drafts me up that contract, and I use it, and I fill it in blanks, and that's it, right? So many jobs got obsolete through AI. And I know you're going to say, no, 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 but that's not true. You still need like lawyers for this and that. And yeah, right now that's probably the case. But how fast have things changed over the last 1 to 2 years with just the release of ChatGPT? So how fast do you think that can change completely? Pretty fast. Yeah, things change pretty fast here. It's crazy. You can nowadays do cold calls with AI. Like even people who are great at sales, even that's getting obsolete because people like have so much experience in sales, but then there just comes a cold calling AI that dials 1,800 numbers at the same time. Like no human being can compete with that. So we just have to be aware of the fact that AI will like make a lot of 9 to 5 jobs just obsolete. And the third and last thing is something that's really interesting and that you should really think about. And that is the supply of options that you have nowadays. There are so many other options than pursuing a 9 to 5, and they are getting more and more and more and more. So every day there are new options being released that you could pursue to make your money basically, and doing that instead of working in a 9 to 5. Okay, so you can just become a freelancer nowadays for almost anything. You can offer so many services online, and even if you don't want to be that advanced, you can just go on Upwork and sell your freelance services there, and it's super simple, and you can make your 5 grand 10 grand a month with that. And like even if you work the same time that you did in your 9 to 5, you can now work from wherever you want to. You're your own boss. You probably make more money if you do it right. And like that alone, like you can work from your beach house in Thailand instead of sitting in an office all day long. And that alone is big, big difference, isn't it? Right? So there are so many other options and more options coming like over the next few years. So I don't really think that for people who really question things, it makes sense anymore to pursue an old school 9 to 5 or just sit in an office for 8 hours a day. I just don't think that this will be the case, but maybe it will be. We'll see. Maybe I'm totally wrong, and still people will prefer 9 to 5s for security reasons. I mean, there are definitely some reasons for a 9 to 5. Like, don't get me wrong. And probably for some people, it is the best option. Let's be honest. Like, for some people, they want zero risk in their life. They're very, they hate risk, and they hate being their own boss, and they hate, like, I don't know, being in charge and stuff like that. Some people really don't like these things. And for these people, it is really the best option to probably pursue a 9 to 5. But yeah, again, I think there are so many people working in these jobs that shouldn't be working in these jobs because they could really do something else with their time, earn way more money, work way less, and spend their time in a place that they enjoy more than their office, right? So that is a quick video on my perspective on that topic. If you enjoyed it, leave it a thumbs up, leave it a comment down below. I can really imagine that this video could get a lot of dislikes, but yeah, we'll see. And as always, if you are watching this, then you are on the right path. So keep going. Thank you. I'll catch you in the next one.